Why does everyone else sound better than me? You've put years into learning the guitar, but for some reason your playing just doesn't have that same magic that everyone else's does. So what's missing? Is it more licks, more scale positions, fancier chords? It's gotta be the modes, right? Everyone talks about the modes. Well, the truth is actually quite the opposite. Because until you can make your guitar sing with the fundamentals, there's no reason at all to learn more stuff. So what are these things you really should be focusing on? Well, the first thing you should do is learn to play everything in one place. Rather than having everything you know live in its own separate bubble, we want our most important scales and our most important chords to be close and connected. This is where I like to make use of the Homebase. The Homebase is one incredibly efficient shape that covers everything I just mentioned in one small segment of the fretboard. And nothing about it changes when you want to move to different keys. So once you get comfortable with it, you can literally use it in every scenario. Let's start by looking at the complete Homebase and we'll work backwards from there. So we have this colorful vertical shape here. This is all 5 of our essential scales. Then horizontally along the low E and A strings, we have these other notes that mark out the root notes for our chords. We're gonna focus on these scales first. So we're in the key of C major or the relative minor A minor here. We've got our C major pentatonic, our full C major scale, our A minor pentatonic, and our full A minor scale, and then finally we've also got the A blues scale here if we add these additional notes. Very convenient to have them all in one place. And it's important to note that every one of these scales is interchangeable within the key. If a song is in the key of C major or A minor, then I'm totally allowed to improvise or write music with the C major pentatonic, C major scale, A minor pentatonic, A minor scale, or the A blues scale. They're all free game. And the positioning of these scales is done by looking at these 2 notes on the low E string. Our pinky finger note here tells us the major key that we're in, and then our pointer finger tells us the relative minor key we're in. So if I shifted this down 2 frets, I just find the names of those 2 notes, and that would tell me which key I'm playing in. So in this case, B flat major or G minor. Now for the horizontal notes. These make up something I call a chord roadmap. A chord roadmap is a pattern of notes that tells us where to position our chords in a key. So if we look at them in our original position here, we can play a bar chord rooted on each one of these notes. This would give us all the chords in the key of C major or A minor. The important thing to pay attention to here is whether it's going to be a major bar chord or a minor bar chord. So right here, we've got major, and then right above it, rooted on the A string, we've also got major. We move up 2 frets, we've got minor here on the A string, minor down on the low E string. We move up again here. This one here, rooted on the low E string, is a diminished chord. You're not going to use this 7th chord very often, but it's worth knowing anyway. Right there. I'm actually playing a variation of the shape, but this one works. Right above it, another minor chord. And then we scooch up 1 more fret. On the A string, we've got a major. And on the low E string here, we've got another major, and you can see this is just a C note. It's the same as this one here. So we're repeating that one. It is the C in C major, so it's a very important chord. And if I move this down 2 frets again, the pattern that I'm playing stays the exact same. I'm just now playing in a new key. Again, in this case, B flat major or G minor. Now, what we just built is the exact foundation that I personally use in every key. If I'm ever lost or confused or I don't know where to start with a song, this is exactly where I go. And all I want you to do from here is drill this into your memory. It is by far the most useful shape you will ever learn on guitar and needs to replace your basic pentatonic as your most comfortable shape. So practice it while you're watching TV, while you're having your morning coffee, right before bed, as often as you can so it becomes second nature. And don't just run up and down the scales in order. Here's an exercise that you can use to help burn it into your memory. All we're gonna do is use this backing track basically as a metronome. So we're gonna play through the scale, just one note on every beat. We're gonna go forwards and backwards first. 3, 4. In this case, we are using the C major scale. Our next step here isn't gonna sound very musical at all, but the idea is to just get this drilled into your brain. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna play random notes from the scale. Our main goal is to completely switch up the order. So try and play no notes that are next to each other at all. Sometimes you will, not a huge deal, but do your best. Just like this. I know it sounds weird, but it's really effective for kind of building a map in your mind of those scales. So another exercise you can try here is combining those bar chords with the scale. So you do this by playing 2 random chords from the chord roadmap, and then follow that up by a small group of notes from one of the scales like this. Practice that as slowly as you need to. Our ultimate goal is to have it so that whenever you look down at the fretboard, the Homebase immediately lights up for you. The more comfortable you are with it, the more room you have to be creative, add nuance, and sound like you know what you're doing. And once you really get a grasp of it, you'll be able to start building it out. You can add more connected scale positions, you can overlay triads and caged shapes, you can find chord tones, and even add the more melodic diagonal and horizontal scales as well. It opens up so many doors. Now, if you like this whole Homebase idea, I've created an entire course on it where you'll learn to improvise and write musical and melodic solos using this very concept. We start really basic and slowly build the Homebase up into something that lets you solo across the entire fretboard. It's an incredibly rewarding feeling. I know there are a lot of different soloing courses out there to choose from, but I really believe that the simplicity and clarity of this method is key to getting you the results you're looking for. So if you want to give Soloing Made Simple a try, you can get 20% off by following the link at the top of the description and using coupon code 2025 at checkout. It's also backed by a 14-day no questions asked money back guarantee, so you can try it out risk-free and make sure it's really something you're gonna like. There is another very important piece of this puzzle that is far too often overlooked, and that is rhythm. When we talk about the things that really have an effect on how your playing comes across to the listener, a good sense of rhythm and timing is immediately noticeable. It's actually the very first thing that I notice when listening to other players. How tight and precise is their playing? A good sense of rhythm and timing is equally important for both lead and rhythm playing as well, so every guitarist needs to focus on it. Now, there are a ton of exercises and ways you can go about working on this. A big one is practicing every everything, so scales, chords, triads, whatever you're learning, along to either a metronome or a backing track. I'd also recommend my favorite rhythm exercise, which is trying to play the drum part of a song on your guitar. Actually, let me show you a really quick example of this. So we want to mute all of our strings because that's not important here. And all we're going to do is try and mimic that drum beat. So we're going to do this by using the low strings, the high strings, and use dynamics, so how hard we're actually picking. Be a little creative if you want. Again, it's all about dynamics and using all your strings here. Make absolutely sure that you're doing some sort of dedicated rhythm practice every single time you pick up your guitar. The combination of a very developed sense of rhythm and a comfortable do-everything shape like the Homebase will give your playing that magic we talked about at the beginning of the video. I'd really recommend watching my full lesson on rhythm exercises here. It's going to give you some more fun options to add to your practice and really give your playing that extra level of polish. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're not subscribed, support the channel on Patreon. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.